want to welcome the Bulls, the Miami Northwestern Bulls, here to our first ever Football Hotbed Media Day. Thank you so much, Head Coach Max Edwards. Appreciate you so much for being here. Coach, if you would, introduce yourself and then let the young men who are here introduce yourself and the coaches introduce themselves as well.
Okay, Max Edwards, head coach at Miami Northwestern football. I'm going on my 8th year.
Londo Jock Lewis, I have the defensive end coach, and I'm going on my 5th year.
Vern Lewis, assistant head coach. I'm going on my 12th year.
Charger Bruton. I play defensive end.
And give us your class if you could.
2023.
Rashad Davis, wide receiver, senior.
Committed to?
Georgia Southern University.
Excellent.
Eddie Bird, defensive tackle, 2023.
Nazir Ward, cornerback, class of 2023.
Kareem Maycock, linebacker, class of 2023.
Marlon Cochran, running back, class of 2023. Raekwon Atkins, DB, class of 2023, Louisville commit.
Teron Diggins, quarterback, class of 2023.
Hey, Coach, before we get started, just an opening statement from you. What can we expect from Miami Northwestern this year? Talk about your off-season, how everything went to training, and how excited you are for the upcoming season.
Well, so far I'm going on my 8th year. This had to be one of the best summers we done had all year. Coming off of last year, the team understand that being close is not good enough for Miami Northwestern. So what the guys did, they got together and they said we're going to work hard. And we've had a good summer. We had a good fall opening in camp. So everything looking good. We've been coming together as a family. And that's what we really want to do, to play for each other. And as long as we do that, we'll be okay.
Coach, last year, state semifinals, you were right there to go to the championship. Even though it was a young team, had a lot of success and were really close. What excites you about the opportunity to come back and make that state run, even though there's been some reconfiguration in the regions, but just to get back to the final game and win it?
What excites me is that they understand how close they were. So when you understand how close you are, you understand it's something else you need to do to be successful. So they decided what they're going to do is work hard, become together, become a family, and play and work for each other. And with that in mind, you have 40 men with the same goal, and we will not be denied.
This question is for the senior quarterback, Tiger. Tiger, you've been a guy who's been projected to be at Miami Northwestern for years, even coming from Gwen Cherry through your youth. You're finally in your last year. Talk about the experience all these years. Did it live up to what you expected? You won a state title, and now you get a chance to go for a state title in your senior year.
I prayed for moments like this since I was a child. Been in me to be a Bull since I was a baby. So it ain't nothing new to me. I've been expected this. Just new to everybody else seeing it.
As far as everything that you've experienced, how do you want to leave your legacy going out as a Bull?
Miami-Dade County President Leader, state title, D1 commit.
And this question is for anybody on the panel. As far as being a Miami Northwestern Bull, being the target team, no matter what, every year, year in and year out, the Bulls has the biggest fan base, the biggest fans, the biggest games. Every game they play is like someone's Super Bowl. How do y'all take that challenge and how do y'all, persevere through that? And do you get excited about, being that team?
Yeah, we always get excited because we already know what we're coming into when we get off the bus. Because we already know, okay, they want to put their foot in our throat, so we can't let that happen.
Talk about rival Miami Central. I know there have been some amazing games that's been played, Coach, between you and Coach Smith. He's now at the U. There'll be another. I think somebody mentioned they had potential to be 3 games this year. I don't know if that's true or not, based on how the configurations. But can you talk about that rivalry game that you've been in so many times and what you take from that and what you look forward to this year?
It's a big rivalry, and we respect their program. But with all due respect, we have nothing to say about Central until game day.
So, Coach, I'll take you out on this. As far as everything that goes on at Miami Northwestern, the education, the fans, there's a picnic today with Bull Pride, all of the things that are going on. What does it mean to be a Bull for somebody like myself who I've been here 15 years, but I didn't grow up in Miami. I grew up in Atlanta. I'm getting to know some of the culture. I've been here long enough, but truly inside your heart, what does it mean to be a Bull? What does it mean to put on that blue and gold and represent this great institution?
Well, Northwestern has been founded since 1955 and one of the predominantly black schools in the county and the state. It's big because whenever we play for our community. We just don't play for ourselves. We play for our community. We represent a big community. And it's special the way this blue and gold. Everybody can't play here. So these guys that you see right here, they special. They come from all over the county, the communities, and different communities to play for us, to represent one community. So it's very special to play for Miami Northwestern. And like you said, we having a picnic today. Going to be about 10,000 people to Amelia Earhart. They're going to have the Coast Guard out there to help us out. And it's just special because when you play for the whole community, you're not just playing for yourself. You have to represent yourself on and off this field, even when it's not game time. When these guys can go to the stores and they go to restaurants and they have that Miami paraphernalia, Miami Northwestern paraphernalia, they have to act a certain way. So we like our young men to act as champions on and off the field. You know, what people don't see is that these young men go to church with me. And they be in church and they don't see that part. They just see Friday night parts of it. But these young men dedicate themselves to each other. They love one another and they treat each other like a family. That is our motto. So to play for Northwestern, it's just not a football game and a football team that you see on Friday night. These guys really, truly help each other on and off the field.
And forgive me, Coach, you brought up something that it took me back to a couple of years ago when y'all started off slow. People were questioning whether you even make it to the playoffs. And I asked you at the state game after you won, I said, how did you get it all back together? You know, there were so many rumors in the neighborhood, the community, about what was going on. And you mentioned that family piece and how you drilled it in. What's the ways that you kind of instill family into these young men into the Bull program?
Well, what I tell them is that all of us is not fortunate, and we all come from different families. And when one of our Bull members or our teammates need $1 or they say they're hungry, they need it for real. So I tell them we can't take that as a joke. If we have it, we give it to them. I like my coaches. There's nothing my coaches wouldn't do for these young men. And I instill that so they will do the same thing for each other. So whenever one of them need, hey, man, I need $1, buy me a Gatorade or let me drink some of this, they give it to each other because that's how we become a family. As brothers, we do argue, but the arguments stay to the point where after we get through, we shake each other's hand, and we keep the family tradition going because we are there for each other. He's there for me, and I'm there for him, and that's our motto. That's how we keep our family going.
We want to thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all so much, and it's a hotbed world. Thank y'all for being here today.